guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Tolulopesolutions, and this is just a part 2 of the breastfeeding questions that I've answered. I'm going to link the part 1 here. Without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Someone says, what do you do with all the breast milk you pump? Why do you need a breast milk storage? Several reasons. Some people donate it. I'm actually researching to see if I can donate, but that's if I have like more than I have at this time. But for the experience with my first, for instance, I started storing milk when I got home. I didn't know that she was going to go off the breast at 4 months, right? What if I didn't have milk stored? Like, I would have been caught unawares. My body will actually not be able to keep up to her demands, right? So for me, I feel like you can never have enough breast milk, really, because some people even use breast milk to make soap. It clears rashes, it clears like a lot of things for newborn. They make like breast milk soap for babies and stuff like that. But nutritional wise, even I like to keep breast milk because even though I'm working for myself now, I'm not going back to work. The truth is, my baby is just close to 2 months now. I'm supposed to breastfeed exclusively for 6 months, but I can't see the future, guys. Like, what if I'm busy? What if I choose to travel? What if, like, you know, I just feel like having it is good. I don't know how to answer that question more than that, but yeah, you need breast milk for several things. And for me, I found out that it actually helps to shorten the whole length of breastfeeding. So even if my son is like taking from the breast directly till the 6 months, the truth is at that 6 months I can literally stop breastfeeding. Like, I can just pack my boobs and say I'm done. Then it can supplement with all the things I've put in the freezer till it's like 9 months or 1 year. Do you understand? Like, it just takes off that pressure of knowing that I don't have to constantly wake up every day. Mentally, it's good. I don't have to constantly wake up every day and, you know, oh, I'm the source of food for this child. Now, if I want to go on a girls trip for a weekend getaway, then I can afford to say, hubby, you're good, there's food, and then I'm off, you know, things like that. Joker. My husband is right here as well. Anyway, yeah, but I mean, I feel like it's just good. It's one of those things that you don't really have a reason to, but you would eventually benefit from doing it. Do you understand? Someone says, does wearing bra to bed help increase milk supply? I honestly do not know. I wear a bra to bed because of leakage, because obviously, like I said, in my sleep is when I'm even like more engorged. So instead of, and the boobs, the milk will actually come out from the boobs even if no child is sucking. Like, if it's too much, it starts to leak, right? So with the with a bra and the bra pad, you know, it avoids milk all over the bed. Like, you're more packaged. But that's the only reason. I don't know about if it helps to increase milk supply, but I've always worn a bra to bed while breastfeeding. So someone says, is pumping painful? Yes and no. I'll say yes and no because in the beginning it is painful, especially if you're a first-time mom, and that's my experience. With my first breastfeeding was torture. Like, I did it because it's my child. I cannot do that for any other person apart from my child. Like, it was so painful till the end because I think I had the wrong sizes of flanges. The flanges are the things that you actually attach to the nipple, and the brand I used then, it was plastic. So even though it was getting the job done, it was so painful, guys. Like, whew, I complained every time until I stopped pumping. But every pumping session was painful, and you know, I'd said that I now reverted to pumping exclusively with her. It was painful. Now this time around it's less painful for me. Call it experience, because the overall, but this time around from the hospital it was almost painless. Obviously, I think my son had a better latch, so that could have contributed to it, but I don't know what it is. But I just know that for many moms, new moms, first-time moms especially, breastfeeding is always something. Like blood, think about blood from your nipple and stuff like that. That old gory picture, I experienced it with my first as well, but this time around it's less painful. Obviously, you would feel some kind of sensation. It might not be like excruciating pain, but you will know that you just pumped. But apart from that, it's all good. Even feeding, the only time I will feel some pain right now is if he latches wrongly, and then I'm quick to remove his mouth and then we'll try again. But aside that, it's not even as stressful or painful as the first time for me at all. So that's why I'll say yes and no. but ordinarily breastfeeding is regarded as painful, especially in the beginning days. Is it true that the more you breastfeed, the more your tummy reduces? I've heard people say this a lot, and I think that yes and no. Yes, because obviously the once a child is sucking, I feel like scientifically it helps to contract your uterus. Now your uterus contracting does not automatically translate into a smaller tummy, because obviously if there are layers of fat in your tummy, or if you're still eating like so much, then that does not automatically translate into a flatter tummy, right? But if you're someone who has like less fat in your body naturally, I guess if your uterus contracts from breastfeeding, then everything will overall reduce. So yeah. Someone says, what do you use for nipple soreness? So I did buy a cream. I showed it in my hospital bag video. I'm going to link that video here. But the truth is I haven't used it for more than 2 times this time around. My first time around, I finished tubs on tubs on tubs on tubs, and I was still feeling pain. But this time around, I barely used it. It's actually like just there. But yeah, there's so many in the market. The one I did use for my first that worked was called Mother Love nipple cream. But you can get and try the other brands and see which one works for you. Someone says, how do I use up stashed breast milk if I'm not going back to work? To be honest, if you're not going back to work, like I said, it's not like you exactly need it, but you never know when you will need it. Like, it just gives you that freedom to do whatever you want to do. When my first was 9 months, I actually traveled. I took like a 10-day trip to Dubai, and she was fine with like obviously what I had pumped. So like you just never know. But otherwise, like I said, it's also good for breast milk soap, and if you're so blessed, then you can look for donation centers around you for like premature babies and stuff like that. Someone says, what is that storage bag called? Where can one get it in Nigeria? There are so many baby stores in Nigeria that you can also look, but I mean, even I'm sure all these e-commerce stores you can easily get. Just put breast milk bag literally and you see it. So someone says, my baby is 3 months old and is refusing the feeding bottle. Any tips please? To be honest, I can't even imagine how you feel, but my tip would be to try another brand. Like, you never know which one it will take. I feel like Soteria, my first, refusing the breast was emotional for me, but if she had refused the bottle, it would have been so draining, because that means I won't be like, she has to totally depend on me, and even if I wanted to give her formula from the bottle, she won't take it. I can't even imagine. Like, that means that child is stuck to you 24 hours of every day. Till when? Till 6 months. Like, even if like Abego, yeah, like I was saying, glued to me, and this is because all the breast milk is currently frozen. Everything I pumped this morning is taken because I've been filming all day. But anyway, I'm putting him to breast now. As I was saying, like, I can't imagine if your child does not take bottle. To be honest, I don't know what you can do apart from try different brands of bottles, and try the bottle when the baby is actually hungry. Like, that desperation can actually make them bulge and take the bottle, right? So, but prayers up for you, man. Prayers up for you. Do I need to do anything while pregnant to prepare me for breastfeeding after delivery? I would just say keep taking a lot of water. In my case, I did have my first at exactly 40 weeks, and in my mind I thought, oh, maybe that's why my milk came in, even though it was through CS. My colostrum came in immediately as well. With my second, my CS was 39 weeks and 2 days, and my colostrum still came in immediately. So the only common factor in those 2 pregnancies for me will be drinking up. So keep drinking a lot of water. I'm sure like that can help a lot. What breast pump do you recommend? Is the bra that you put a breast pump through essential? Oh yes, that hands-free bra is so important, so that you can be useful, even if it means reading your Bible on your phone or scrolling through social media. Your hands are not tied to your breast, like you don't have to hold the bottle. There are hands-free bras for a reason. Please do invest in it. Are you doing on-demand or scheduled feeding? Oh, I'm certainly doing on-demand feeding. The truth is, for scheduled feeding too, is like 2 to 3 hours, but I do on-demand, which is usually about 2 to 3 hours. If your milk supply is good, I feel like the schedule will almost match the demand, if that makes sense. When I first brought Ovia home, it was actually cluster feeding a lot. Now, that was mentally exhausting, but it did help my milk supply as well, because the more it was put to breast, the more my body was telling my breast, keep going, keep giving us milk and stuff like that. So this is a good one. I lactate more on my left side over my right. What could be the cause? To be honest, Me and you, same. For me, it's the other way around, but I don't know. I feel like it's just nature. The way the tissues in the breast connect are different. So whatever you do, just keep using both breasts. You can't say, oh, because this is the only breast that you feel more confident in, that's the only breast you would let your baby suck on. Nope. Obviously, one is getting more milk than the other, but you still have to let him or her feed on the one that is less lactating anyway. I don't know the reason for that in particular, but I mean, I still put both breasts to work. I don't pump. I hope my milk won't run out. What do I need to do? It's never too late to start pumping. I think it's good, even if it's once a day, to just have that backup. Someone says, do you breastfeed then pump, or do you pump then breastfeed? Mostly I breastfeed then pump, really. Most times that I pump then breastfeed is because I just want him to be pacified. He would have already had a bottle from the fresh breast milk I just pumped. So someone says I had a C-section. When can I start pumping breast for my baby? I'm also going to link my video 24 hours with a newborn. I feel like that nurse said a lot of good things there. However, for me, I started 2 days after with my first. This time I started almost a week after. Yeah, I think 9 days after this time around. And that's only because this time I wasn't going back to work, quote and unquote. So I didn't actually want to pump because I'm like, I'll always be home with him. But again, I'm like, okay, if my boobs are engorged, I might as well pump. And I bought a pump anyway. But with my first, I knew I was going back to work, so I was keen on pumping from the word go. So I think really it's your choice. But I mean, anytime you feel most comfortable. They only advise that the first 24 hours don't use a pump, but anytime after that, I'm sure you can go for it. Won't the milk you've pumped get sour after a while? It will get sour, but I mean, refer to the timeline I said. If it passes the timeline, or if it spends too much time like just out on the tabletop, then it starts to get sour for sure. This person says my baby is 3 months and I still find it hard to breastfeed because milk hardly comes out. Is there something I'm not doing? Again, drink up a lot of water. At 3 months though, it might be too late to establish. Your best bet might just to continue to put baby to breast as often as you can. Okay, so this is a good one. Someone says, did you continue your routine drugs after birth? People say it helps moms lactate fast. To be honest, this time around I did. My hospital told me to keep using my prenatals just so that it can help my iron, like I'm pumping and stuff, and breastfeeding. My body still needs to get replenished. So this time around I did. But with my first, I actually did not. I did not continue my prenatals and I still had a lot of milk. So I don't see that as a common denominator. I don't see that that is the reason that now made me lactate well. But I mean, it is good to actually continue using your prenatals even throughout your breastfeeding journey, just so that your body can get replenished of those nutrients that it is expressing. How can I prevent leakage? I get wet a lot when I sleep. I have to put on a bra to sleep and also pump. Oh, that's easy. Just use a bra pad. There are even leak-proof bra pads that you can use out there. Like, use a bra pad to avoid all that wet bra life. This person says, any remedies to help wifey become a milk machine? Father of twins asking. Oh, bless your heart. I mean, with my milk supply, if I had twins, I feel like, look who is smiling. Their reflexes when they eat is always so funny. It's legit smiling. Anyway, father of twins, I feel like if I had twins, my milk supply would still be able to feed both of them. But imagine somebody who is not lactating as much as I am, now expecting that person to feed for two. That's going to be difficult. But I feel like with all the things I've said, hydration and stuff like that, I just hope it helps. But otherwise, fed is best. Someone says, do you use the LIFO method? Well, that would mean last in, first out. Nope, I don't. I use the FIFO, which is first in, first out, which means that the first milk I put in the freezer is the first one I will bring out, so that you can keep them fresh. So case in point, every time I want to use like a bag of breast milk, I will reach for the one I stirred first. Do you understand what I mean? Now, the one that I do ensure that is fresh is, if I pump today, sometimes I just put everything in the fridge for his in between meals during the day for when I'm not available, so that I keep them fresh. but if it's for the ones in the freezer, then you usually find me going for the first one that was saved in the freezer. Someone says, how much volume do you pump in a day? Now this time around, because I'm also putting him to breast more often, I feel like between 500 ml per day. Yeah, that's about how much I pump in a day. Okay, with that, I've come to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're like an experienced mama and you're also a milk machine, or you were a milk machine like me, please feel free to put your tips and trick, also maybe dietary options that people can take and stuff like that in the comment section, so that the whole community can be blessed with milk. But that's it. I hope that this video blesses somebody. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're not, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. That was a good burp. Do you want more milk? Okay, let's get you some more milk.